Powerful speech.
Well, so should I begin?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Goswami Prabhupada Maharaj Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishe Shunyavadi Paschadeshari Jai Shri Gurudev Jai Shri Prabhupada. So, before saying anything, speaking anything, I would like to first give my heartfelt thanks to Aradhya Prabhu and also the management of Nagpur temple uh, and the devotees assembled there, or those who are hearing me. So this way, because by the association of devotees only, you can advance in spiritual life. Without the association of devotees, it is not at all possible to advance in spiritual life. The association of devotees is extremely important. Okay, Aradhya, are you hearing me?
Yes, Prabhu, we are hearing.
Okay, I'm not able to see you.
Because my video. Yes, Prabhuji,
Yeah.
I am here. So I on my video always?
Yeah, I'm seeing you.
Yeah.
So, any other devotees?
All the devotee can on their video.
Okay. So here you have asked me to speak that be a part of Krishna. Don't go away from Krishna. I can put it this way: never forget Krishna. Other way you can say, other way, always remember Krishna. This is a very though looks very small, but only one sentence. It carries a lot of meanings. I would like to simply concentrate today just to explain that the significance of Srimad Bhagavad Gita for the human society, for the people, especially for the young boys and girls. You see, there are so many books, there are so many institutions, and boys and girls are studying many types of knowledge, like physics, chemistry, biology, microbiology, and so many things like nowadays in universities and colleges, universities, educational institutions. There are so many faculties and students and girls, boys and girls, and studying. And of course, many of them are excelling and coming out very successfully. But at the same time, we find in the society, education is increasing. More and more people become educated. There are more and more doctors, more and more engineers, more and more advanced, educated persons. But at the same time, you find the crime is also increasing, violence is also increasing, the rape of women is increasing, and even all kinds of violence is increasing the society in between two individuals. There is violence, no love and trust. In the family, there is no love and trust. Between the communities, there is no love and trust. Even within states, of course, in Indian context, many states are also fighting for the water. And there is no love and faith between also countries. So this way you find also you can see easily that people think that they're advancing in every aspect. And if you go out, you'll find big buildings, big wide roads, and machineries, and very sophisticated factories, and sophisticated technologies. These all shows that human beings are not what do you say fools. They are highly intelligent. They are highly intelligent, and they are getting so many things in their life. But at the same time, the question what troubles us, trouble me especially, and also many educated persons, those who are interested to have a very peaceful society, they are worried nowadays to think that despite all achievements, why we are not happy? We are fighting. So, because I have seen individually, people are fighting between them. In the family, brothers are fighting, brothers and sisters are fighting. That is not, you won't, it is very difficult to get a single family where peace and harmony and love and affection exist among the family members. And also it is difficult even for you to say that you are happy in your own life. One person, suppose a student say, yes, I am happy. And how you are getting that happiness? If he is not resorting to spiritual education, he will say, okay, I am smoking, I am drinking, I have a girlfriend, I am moving, I am eating, I am sleeping, I am moving as per my wish, I am behaving as per my wish. So this way he expresses his willingness, feelings that yes, I am happy. But actually you see, truly you will see, he is not happy. He is searching for, someone is searching for happiness, not true happiness. Because true happiness never comes from sense gratification. Devotees know this truth, that pleasure, real pleasure, doesn't come from material sense gratification. Material sense gratification is only for if the pleasure you get out of material sense gratification is only for a few minutes, few hours. But actually in the core of the heart, we want true pleasure, eternal pleasure. So this makes sense. Everyone wants eternal peace, complete peace and harmony and happiness, pleasure, but they don't know where it is available. So this way, if you see through this vision, through this camera, you'll find the whole world, they are all suffering. And Krishna in Bhagavad Gita summarizes our suffering into 4 things. That is, we are always getting birth in this material world. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Mrityu, death, is very horrible. Someone says that, okay, I don't fear death. Death can come. But no, everyone fears death. No one can say that I'm not fearing death. At the same time, Vyadhi, different kinds of disease, old age, suffering. Not only that, before that, your old age comes, there are a lot of anxieties, a lot of things. Many students are committing suicide. Many actors, film actors that are committing suicide. Many places you find people are ending their life without any reason. So seeing all these things, we can come to get the answer. The Supreme Lord knows all these things. Is the creator of the whole world. He knows how the living entities are suffering in this world. That is why he comes time to time and manifests his beautiful Leela. In Bhagavad Gita, he says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya daduskrutam dharma sasthapanarthaya sambhamami juge juge. That means very often you find dharma, people forget. Adharma comes out. Adharma means, for example, I would say, other means, for example, I would enter without permission into Aradhya's room and get something which belongs to Aradhya without his permission, by forcibly. So how you feel that? That is a simple explanation. So this doesn't look nice. Similarly, by forcibly doing something with someone, it is also violence of law, violence of peace. So this way, it's one stronger person always exploits the weaker person. So this way, Lord comes to vanquish all these demoniac qualities and establish the peacefulness of the sadhus. Sadhus means those who are having sadhu qualities. Lord gives them protection and kills, even punishes the demoniac personalities, demoniac persons. So this way, Lord comes to bring society, bring peace and harmony into the society. So that is why, you see, 5,000 years ago, Lord had descended, and Lord imparted a beautiful message in the form of Bhagavad Gita. You know, Bhagavad Gita means Lord sings a song. That is called Bhagavad Gita. Gita. When he sings, when we speak, it may not be like a song, but when Krishna speaks, it is definitely very sweet, and it is just like a sweet song, Bhagavad Gita. So when he was speaking to Arjuna, you know, Bhagavad Gita is a conversation between two persons, Arjuna and Krishna, in the middle of the battlefield. So you find here the Bhagavad Gita begins with a with negativity. A person, a warrior, a fighter like Arjuna is the battlefield. He is going to fight, and seeing the warriors of his side and opposite side, he develops the feelings that no, I should not fight, because by fighting, by killing, I cannot be happy. By injuring someone, killing someone, or hurting someone, I cannot be happy. This is a basic feeling of every gentle person. As a devotee of the Lord, Arjuna was very compassionate. So his heart was overwhelmed with compassion. Then he says, oh, I'm saying in a nutshell, in a little bit only, not in a full explanation. I'm not explaining it. So then he gives so many arguments. Oh Lord, if I kill them, that is sinful activity. If I kill them, there will be women of the society will be or not protected. Then there will be unwanted children. Then there will be no principles of religion in the society, and everything, entire society would be disturbed, and I will be held responsible for that. So that is why it is better not to fight, stop this fight and go and remain like a renunciate and let them enjoy. So this way, Arjuna is denying to fight. denying to take up the bow and arrow and fight for his cause. And you know how Krishna begins after Arjuna explains everything, and finally Arjuna surrenders. You know what he says when he surrenders. What he says? Anyone of you can say what saying Arjuna surrenders? Karpanya dosha pahata subhava pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta jatsayasya nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham mam sadhimam tvam prapan. This is Bhagavad Gita 2:7, second chapter 7, 2:7 you can get. Karpanya dosha, Arjuna accepts that what I am arguing beautifully, I am saying so many things, but still I am doubtful whether I am speaking truth or not. I am speaking right way or wrong way. Though he was arguing in a very intelligent way, but still he was doubtful. Similarly, most of the students, most of the intellectual persons in the society, they are arguing in a beautiful way, but they are still doubtful that they are in what position they are. So this way, Arjuna gives a negative reply. No, I will not fight. Why? Because if I fight, so many things will happen. This and that, society will be in a very wrong position. Society will be suffering. Then better I should not fight. And this is a very, Srila Prabhupada writes, a very compassionate heart of Arjuna. As a devotee, he is having very all good qualities. But how, you know, after surrendering Krishna, Arjuna surrenders at the lotus feet of Krishna. What Krishna says? How Krishna begins? Aradhya?
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah. How Krishna begins? When
He's
Arjuna
chastising Arjuna.
Huh?
He's chastising Arjuna first.
Yes. Kutastva kasmadamidam visame samupastitam anarja dustam aswargam akirtikaram Arjuna. Arjuna is arguing so beautifully that let me tolerate, let me suffer, let them enjoy, I will not fight, I will not kill, let the society be there, I will not hurt it, I will not hurt anyone, let me take sannyas. So, okay, but Krishna is not accepting that. What Arjuna speaks, what Arjuna thinks is not very important. That is why what you are thinking, what I am thinking, what he is thinking, what she is thinking, or what opinion we are giving, what opinion as a dharma and whatever, what opinion we are giving, it doesn't make much sense. But what Krishna speaks, that makes sense. That is important. Everyone should keep in their mind that what Krishna speaks, that has to be reckoned with. That has to be seen with. Because Krishna, the Supreme Lord, will never speak a single word even which is not useful for you, me, and everyone. Whatever he speaks, that is Veda. That is knowledge. Because he is knowledge personified. Krishna is knowledge personified, strength personified, beauty personified, all the good qualities personified, Krishna, the supreme absolute truth, Bhagavan. So here Lord is saying, Kutosta kasmanamidam. कहां से ये मैला आया आपका पास? कहां से? Where from you got this dirty feelings, dirty understandings? And what is that dirtiness? That is important thing. That Arjuna was seeing. Arjuna was seeing everything in relation to his body. And that he was calculating everything in relation to his body. My grandfather, my spiritual master, my uncles, my this and that, me and mine. me and mine. This is body concept of life. And this is the root of all sufferings. This is the root cause of all kinds of suffering in this material world. So long as we go on thinking that I am this body is all, that is ignorance, that is pure ignorance, because this body is nothing but the conglomeration of material elements. It's only combination of material elements. You see, you have an eye, you cannot see when there is no soul in the body. You have a speech, you have a tongue, you have a highly qualified, you sing nicely, dance nicely, think nicely, speak nicely, hear nicely. So many things you do beautifully. But once, what happens? That entire body lies and we say he is dead. A simple thing, people don't concentrate upon that. Or many things, or that even they don't think, they don't accept it till they are not agree to get into this topic. That is the foolishness. That is the foolishness of every common person. And that is the basic point of Vedic education. And in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks to Arjuna, "Oh Arjuna, even if you don't kill, they are already killed and they will be killed by the time factor. You know, by the time factor, everyone is killed. Time consumes everyone. No one can escape time. And time is none different from the Supreme Lord. When death is inevitable, then it is paramount importance one person should carry out his constitutional activities. What you say, karma. So if we suppose a soldier or any person, you can take any example, a police officer, when he goes out after criminals, every chance that he will be killed. The police officer is not that always the police officer arrests and kills the criminals. Criminal may also kill the officer. But he is going out because he has to do his duty. And if he dies, that is glorious death. So my point is that death is inevitable. But when you die on the battlefield, when you die while executing your karma, that makes you glorious. And here Arjuna is a great Kshatriya, and he had all the right to get a kingdom. In fact, his kingdom was taken away by Dhritarashtra. Maharaj Yudhishthira was to be king after Maharaj Pandu. But Maharaj Pandu was, Yudhishthira and Pandavas, they are very minor. That is why it was given to Dhritarashtra, and it was said that once Pandavas come to age, you give it up and give to the Pandavas. But Dhritarashtra didn't do that. It means he is maneuvering the whatever property really belongs to Pandavas, and the Kauravas are not giving it to Pandavas. That means the Pandavas, Arjuna has every right to fight for his cause as a Kshatriya. First thing. Second thing, he has to fight for dharma. To establish dharma is the one of the duties of a Kshatriya. Similarly, to establish law and to maintain law and order is the duty of a police officer. So this way, this duty has to be executed. And how it is to be executed? It must be executed with a mindset of positivity that yes, I am executing my duty. So this, because this body is to die, but I am not going to die. See, this is the difference. My body will be finished, if not this way, that way. My body is going to be finished definitely. I'm going to die. This body is going to be born into ashes 100%. If not today, tomorrow, any moment. But Bhagavad Gita, here Krishna speaks very nicely in the second chapter that you are not this body. Now, you are beyond this body. You are a living entity. You are a living person. This way in second chapter you get many slokas. Krishna explains beautifully the position of the soul, the position of the living entity. This makes sense. When a person understands that I am a soul, I am a living entity, I have no birth, no death, I have got this material body. Before this material body, human body, I had also many other bodies also. So this knowledge from Bhagavad Gita makes a person very highly placed, educated, spiritually educated. So my point is that why I'm going to explain all this, because people don't know this basic principle, basic knowledge. That is why when they don't achieve something, they commit suicide. They don't achieve anything, they become envious, they kill someone, and rapes, killing, violence, they're all increasing because due to only this lack of spiritual education. Because when a person thinks that, when a person comes to understand that I am a soul and I am getting everything according to my karma, then why I should be envious to Aradhya, who has a, suppose Aradhya has a motorbike, four-wheeler, I have a two-wheeler, I am 60 years old now, Aradhya is 40 years old. Suppose you have a four-wheeler, you are going in a very four-wheeler, I have a two-wheeler. So why should I be envious to Aradhya? This is knowledge. Because it is my law. Lord has sanctioned me something. I have to be happy with that. And if Lord wants, I can also have a four-wheeler. So this way, if someone is inclined towards Krishna consciousness, he is never envious to anyone. He is happy with own assets, whatever Lord has given him, he is happy with that. A person married to a wife, he is happy with that wife. In Indian context, you see Indian culture, one person is happy with one woman, husband and wife, entire lifetime they are remaining very happy. Once one Australian devotee was, he asked me, how you people are happy with one wife? I said, Baba, this is my Indian culture. That is nothing called divorce in between husband and wife. So this is a culture, Indian culture is based on this Bhagavad culture. This is called Sanskriti, Bhagavad Sanskriti. So this way, in Western world, you don't get that. Srila Prabhupada, that is why spreaded that. So this is my point of saying that this is very basic understanding that I am a living entity and I am not subject to death. I am a part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna is supreme living entity, and I have loving, perfect relationship with Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I am your friend. I am your friend, and I am here always to help you. I am always here to protect you. I am always here to help you in every aspect of life. So when that happens, when one develops Krishna consciousness, when he develops love for Krishna, love for Krishna, then Krishna, you know, Krishna is full of love and affection. He is Rasa Vaisa. So these things, when a person gets in the association of devotees, and then this is our Bhagavad Gita Gyan, then what happens? His life itself becomes secured. Even if he is a poor man, he remains happy. If you have a small job, he remains happy. So whatever life has offered him, he understands very well, this much as Krishna has given me, and I have to be happy with that. Even when something suffering is coming, then he tolerates that, thinking that Krishna wants me suffer. And when he enjoys, also he understands that Krishna wants me enjoy. So this way, one person becomes very peaceful and very harmonious to each other, and his mind settles down. So this way he becomes happy. This is called life's philosophy. This is called philosophy of life. Lot of things there. I am not going to give you all details. This life's philosophy, every person must understand. And this thereby what happens? Every moment we can remember Krishna. And we can other way, when we always remember Krishna, you can never forget Krishna. In Bhagavad, when you study Bhagavad Gita, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord has given all the Vedic knowledge in nutshell. That is called Veda. All the Veda. You can say the Veda comes in a very sunken way, composed way. That is Bhagavad Gita. And studying Bhagavad Gita means, if you study Bhagavad Gita, especially Srila Prabhupada's commentary Prabhupada's purport, then you come to complete understanding, complete full knowledge of Vedic knowledge, Vedic philosophy. One should not think that I am Hindu, Muslim, Christian, because Bhagavad Gita doesn't belong to this class. It is only meant for making human beings peace and happy, and ultimately achieve Krishna. This is what is important. You see, when Arjuna began with a negative mindset that I will not fight, then he kept his bow and arrow. Then Krishna started to give him lot of instructions. He spoke first in second chapter about the soul. Then third chapter he speaks about karma. In fourth chapter he speaks about jnana. In fifth chapter again he speaks about karma. So this way, finally, going on, finally Krishna says, Sarvadharman pariteja mamekam saranam braj. Complete surrender to me. Yoginam api sarvesham madgate nantaratmana. All the yogis, whatever you do, any yoga system you practice, best yoga is remember me, surrender unto me. Yoginam api sarvesham madgate nantaratmana saddhavan bhajate jomam. Important is this. All students must keep it in mind. Saddhavan bhajate jomam. Kame juktotama mata. Lord is opining that he is the best yogi who is attached to me. Because attached to Krishna means you are attached to peace, you are attached to happiness, you are attached to pleasure, and you get everything. When you go to fire, you feel heat. When you go to ice, you feel cool. When you go to Krishna, you get pleasure. What is that pleasure? Spiritual pleasure. You are no more going for material pleasure. You may eat anna dalma right every day. In lockdown time, some yearning is not there. Simple rice dal is enough for a devotee. He doesn't need many big things. Simple dress, simple living, little dress, little food, and little accommodation. This makes the devotee happy. Whereas you find outsiders, they are whole the day they are running to make 100 rupees, 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 1 lakh, 1 lakh to 1 crore, 1 crore to 10 crores, 10 crores to 100 crores. The desire is unlimited. So this way, a devotee becomes happy, and this is the message of Bhagavad Gita. Without getting the message of Bhagavad Gita, one can never be happy, can never be peaceful, can never be, because Bhagavad Gita is completely based on the knowledge of self. and self is spiritual, spirit, and not this body. Okay, Aradhya? So here I would conclude this way. At the end, what Sanjay is saying, Jatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Jatra Partha Dhanurdhara, Tatra Sri Bija Dhruva Nitirmatir Mama. Wherever Krishna is there, that is everything is there. That is why this is the message of Bhagavad Gita. Sanjay already given before the war happens. Wherever Krishna is there, and Srila Prabhupada, you see, Srila Prabhupada, when you read Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is, from the second chapter, Srila Prabhupada gives you Bhakti Yoga. Whereas in other places, Bhakti Yoga begins from the 7th chapter. But Srila Prabhupada gives in his commentary right from the 2nd chapter, Buddhi Yoga. You can read, you can study Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga is pure Bhakti Yoga. So this way, Prabhupada gives Bhakti Yoga. What was the aim of Krishna to give us through Arjuna? What Krishna gives, starts to give from the 7th chapter, Srila Prabhupada starts to give in the 2nd chapter. That is, Prabhupada is very merciful than even Krishna. Devotees are very merciful. This way, I would conclude here. So this way, if we get into, if we imbibe the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, the negativity, this negative mindset will never come to us. And however condition, in whatever condition we are, Krishna is there definitely to give you whatever you want. Krishna is always there. Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is always in the heart. He knows what you need. He knows how to protect you. And your job is to, your means every person's job is to stay Krishna conscious, chant the holy name nicely, every day study Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, and render some service in the temple, and never commit Vaishnava aparadha. Never offend any devotee. That is extremely important. All your bhakti, all your everything will be channelized by that committing offense, Vaishnavas. So never, never, never offend even a neophyte devotee. That is my final request to all of you. And this way, we the wonderful character of Krishna consciousness is, by when we become Krishna conscious, we are so becomes self-conscious. That is called Nate Bidu Swarthagatimi Vishnu. Durasrayaje Bhairathamanina. So when we understand our Swarthagati is Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. That is the essence. That is the real wealth a devotee has. That is why it is our prime duty to be Krishna conscious and spread Krishna conscious, especially for young, within young boys and girls. Because young boys and girls, they are now molding their life. They are beginning their life. Once once the preacher is able to convince a young boy to at least chant few rounds and study Bhagavad Gita and little bit spiritual inclined, that's a great achievement. This way they will begin and finally they become devotees. So this way we have to understand Bhagavad Gita in a very scientific way, as Srila Prabhupada explains, and make boys and girls, new boys and girls, devotees, not by asking them 10, 16 rounds every day study Bhagavatam. It is not like that. We can say chant at least 2 or 3 rounds and every day study Bhagavad Gita 2 to 3 slokas and attend classes, come to the temple, take prasadam, render some service. This way, not burdening them, making very happy, making very enjoyable Krishna consciousness. We can introduce them to Krishna consciousness. They should not think that, it's a big burden. For example, suppose we say you have to chant 16 rounds, it's a big burden. No, it is, we should not speak like this. We should make it very easy. At least young boys, start your chanting 3 rounds every day, 3 slokas every day. And 4 regulative principle is a must. Try to obey. So this way, an Ekadasi is there, and in the association of devotees, one person can pick it. So this way, I would like to end here my understanding about how Bhagavad Gita is needed for every human being. Any questions? If you have any doubts, you can ask me.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
One devotee is asking question. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please ask humble obeisances.
Yeah.
What is attachment to Krishna? Particularly, how to understand in regard to this verse, Yoginam api sarvesam.
Yeah. So this book, Yoginam Sarvesam, means this slokas comes in 6th chapter. 6th chapter, 47 sloka. That means before that shloka comes, 6th chapter comes, before that, karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, especially karma yoga, jnana yoga. Only all explain. So that is why Lord, because karma yoga is here, karma yoga without Krishna consciousness, karma yoga. Jnana yoga without Krishna consciousness, jnana yoga. Lord is negating all that. When karma yoga with Krishna consciousness, that is bhakti yoga. Jnana yoga with Krishna consciousness, that is bhakti yoga. Dhyana yoga with Krishna consciousness, Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Bhakti, that is good. That is bhakti yoga. But when we do some karma, it is not directly connected with Krishna, not done, executed in Krishna consciousness. That yoga is not accepted by the Lord. He is not saying that is the best. That is there. That is not best. Best is that when you are connected with Krishna. Yoginam api sarvesam madgate nantaratmana saddhavan bhajate jo mam. Saddhavan. Suppose you are suppose, for example, a student. A student is going to college and study, right? College study. So the question comes, why you study? If someone answers, okay, I want a job. Okay, why you need a job? Okay, I need some money. Why you need money? Then I have to live life. I have to eat, I have to sleep, I have to have a house, I have to this and meet my necessary needs, all that, and that's why I need money. Okay, this way, this is what they answer it. But this way, you cannot be happy. If it was possible, then the whole world would have been happy. No. So that is why the reason is that you are going to the college, you are studying, but you are not starting to get a job. Keep in the mind, I am starting to excel in my particular study. Suppose you are studying mathematics, you must study mathematics very nicely. With the mindset that I want to study mathematics. I want to be a good mathematician, like best physician, best chemistry person. So this way, job and all that will follow it. But when we are going to satisfy Krishna through your study, I am going to be a good mathematician to please Krishna. You know, great mathematician, once I forgot his name, he said, through mathematics, the result is Krishna. So, when you become a good physicist, then you come to the conclusion, the Reason is the ultimate root of everything is Krishna. That is why your study should be based on Krishna consciousness. Suppose you are singing, a good singer, then you sing glories of Krishna. You are a great dancer, dance for Krishna. You are a great thinker, think for Krishna. Think about Krishna, write about Krishna, sing about Krishna. So through your profession, that is you are studying. And you are not studying to get some eating, meeting, mating, sleeping, or all that. A dog is getting it every day without any effort. Okay? Got it?
Yes, Prabhu. The next question, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Some maximum time we are confused that we should practice Krishna consciousness or we should give more importance to our study. Even in a higher stage also, devotees are confused that now we should go for preaching or I should give more importance to my sadhana. So how Bhagavad Gita can help us?
You see, thing is that first, suppose you are going in a sea. You are sitting on a boat, right? You are sitting on a boat in the sea. There are waves, big waves, and the sea base is deep. Any moment the boat may capsize. What is your job? What should be your job? What should be your concern? Answer me. What should be your concern? When you are going through water, so what should be your concern? Or you are going to through flight, a flight engineer, what he does before the flight goes up to the air. The flight engineer first checks all the points of the flight, whether the machine is operating nicely or not. Unless he permits, flight cannot go up. The pilot will not take the plane up. Flight engineer has to give permission. Similarly, when you float in the water, you have to ensure your boat is very strong. And there is a person who moves the boat is experienced. And the boat must move seeing the wind in the ocean. And that expert person is your guru. And the boat is human life. So what happens here? First you save yourself. Then you go preaching. When you are not in a good position to at least handle your own cases, how you are going to preach? So then what happens? One may ask question, Srila Prabhupada from the very beginning was sending his devotees for book distribution. So actually best preaching is, if you say preach, best preach is to initially, I'm saying initially, best preaching is to give a book to someone. This way you can begin your preaching. From the very beginning, there is no need of speaking philosophy. First you distribute books, then you gradually develop yourself, study philosophy, study the books. When you feel confident about the philosophy, your chanting, your studies, everything coming to a point, you feel little confident, then you may start speaking philosophy. But from the very beginning, you should not speak. You should distribute books. That distribution of books can also happen in your later life. First life, my middle life, last life. But what we do, mistake we commit, from the very beginning, we start to speak. Then because we are not so confident about the Krishna conscious philosophy, then what happens? There are so many negative elements outside. They can disturb you. And that hurts your career, spiritual career. That is why it is said, you have to always go with company. A brahmachari should not be allowed to go alone. You must go with at least new, I'm telling about new persons. Must go 1, 2, 3. Even in preaching, 1, 2, 3. Not alone. Understand? So, preaching is that. Preaching doesn't mean that from the very beginning you give lectures on Bhagavad Gita. First you study Bhagavad Gita. First understand Bhagavad Gita. Chant your rounds, nice rounds. Gather strength, spiritual strength. Nija jarma sartharka kari kara para upakar. First establish yourself. First conceive Krishna Chaitanya nicely. Then you distribute. But from the very beginning, you can distribute books. That is also preaching. Okay?
Hare Krishna. Any devotee, any question? Maybe there is no question now.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. So we thank you very much, HG Krishnagati Prabhu, and we will request him that he will come again and again to guide us and enlighten us. Actually, really, it is very powerful, and it will guide us till our next Krishna conscious. It will guide us again and again. Always, whenever I get any kind of question or something like that, whenever I ask Prabhuji, then he give exactly what is going on in my life. He will tell that things only. Yeah, yes, Khurana has some question. One more question, Prabhu. Prabhuji, how we can understand Krishna want us to come to him, spiritual world, in this lifetime? Unmute your Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, hearing me? Are you hearing me, Aradhya?
You are hearing, Prabhu.
Okay. So the question is that, what is the question?
Question is that how we can understand that Krishna want us to come to him, spiritual world, in this lifetime only.
Well, we have to get to understand what Krishna wants through his devotees. What Krishna wants, that will be clearly explained by a pure devotee. Or you can say a experienced advanced devotee. For disciples, you can say spiritual master. Those who have accepted spiritual master's order is the desire of the Lord. But those who have not accepted spiritual masters, they have to accept Srila Prabhupada's desire that accept Krishna consciousness, be Krishna conscious, chant the holy name, study Bhagavad Gita, come to the temple, associate with devotees, develop good qualities, observe Ekadasi. This way, you gradually come up. You develop attachment to Krishna and finally you come back to Godhead. That Krishna wants. And Prabhupada already established that. Clear?
Yes, Prabhuji. So we thank Prabhuji for this, for his wonderful association, and we will request him that he will come, and maybe he will come again. And already I requested for this, and he agree also. So we will thank Prabhuji by loudly chanting 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Please guide us like this. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Gurudev.
His Grace Krishnagati Prabhu ki
Jai.
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 Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Gaur Premanande.
Hari Hari Bol. Please wait for the prasadam. Project gile na? Project gile, Krishna Gati Pro gile. Will send by WhatsApp. You can honor from the Zoom also. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.